Greetings to all of the wise worshippers of God. Today we're in Psalm 108. It says in verse 2, "Awake, harp and lyre, I will awaken the dawn." David was a warrior. That's a W-A-R-R-I-O-R. Warrior. Not a warrior, as in I'm full of anxiety. He was a warrior. And every day David would rise and sing early in the morning before the sun climbed over the hills. The warrior does not wait for the sun to rise to see how he's going to feel about the day. If the sun isn't shining, the more melancholic among us can barely make it through the day. But the warrior can't afford to pick his days. He must be ready before dawn. So wake up, sun. Wake up, birds. Wake up, fish. Wake up, plants. Wake up, world. I've got things to do, and I'm determined, and I'm determining how the day is going to be. Worship is the way to set up your day. The wisdom of worship means I don't wait for the day to dictate to me how things will transpire. I won't wait for the kind of day to see how things are going to turn out to determine how I'm going to feel, whether I'm going to win or lose. My worship will prepare the way, and I'll adore God, and I'll strengthen my heart so I do not get exhausted by the conflicts that are about to confront me. I'm going to be strong in God. That's how the warrior approaches the day. In verse 1 it said, "My heart is steadfast, O God. I will sing and make music with all my soul." Now the steadfast heart is loyal. The steadfast heart is committed. It is true. It is faithful and devoted. If my heart is steadfast, you can know that I'm dependable, that I'm dedicated, that I'm consistent and loyal and a man of my word. The alternate to a steadfast heart is to have heart failure. It skips a beat or two. It's there 1 minute, not there the next. It races 1 minute, it's all excited 1 minute, and the next minute it goes missing. Where's my heart gone? I've got no strength, I've got no stability. It's praying 1 minute and not praying the next. Paul said, "Pray without ceasing," but the scattered heart prays only when it feels like praying, worships only if the band is playing, reads the Bible only if they've got nothing else exciting to entertain them. Only the person with a steadfast heart can sing and make music with all their soul. So your task today is to find some steadiness for your heart and bring your soul into unity. This is not an easy thing to do. It's in fact the task of a lifetime. But you can begin by choosing one thing that you recognize that is out of order in your life. Just one thing, and bring it into order. Perhaps it's an inconsistent prayer life. Make your life consistent. It might be negative thinking. Every time you hear a negative statement coming out of your mouth, zip it. Zip it. But what about zip it? What about zip it? Just shut your mouth. Don't allow that thing to escape. And then the next step is to go a little deeper and identify those thoughts as they originate. And as those thoughts originate, this is the power of your spirit. your spirit has the capacity to silence your thoughts. And as soon as that thought begins to be generated and to shape and to become form, before it gets to its end conclusion, before it starts to be visualized within you, stop it. Yeah. So remove the things that keep you in the dark. Remove the things that you might be entertaining yourself with in the dark when you're alone. Just start with one thing, and when you've got some authority and command in that dimension in your life, then you work on the next dimension until all of your soul is integrated and you end up gradually gaining a steadier and steadier heart until your heart becomes steadfast and true and reliable and loyal and honest, with great capacity to worship God. So steady your heart. Then it says in verses 4-5, great is your love, O God, higher than the heavens. So we're getting into high praise now, higher than the heavens, and your truth reaches the clouds. Be exalted, O God, above the heavens, and let your glory be over all the earth. So another key to gaining a steadfast heart is your vision. If you can keep your eyes fixed in a singular direction, then you will steady the trajectory of your life, and your heart won't be going in one direction 1 minute and another direction the next. So this psalm gives us a higher vision of worship. So you won't get a close-up of this vision until your heart has become unified and steadfast. Until your heart is steadfast, you'll see this vision from a distance. You'll see it out there somewhere. It'll be something for you to aspire to. But when you do see that vision, the automatic response within us is worship. And this worship then becomes a key to the expansion of our lives, so that that vision, that high praise, that high vision of God comes closer to us as we get larger, and that vision becomes greater to us. So worship becomes the correspondence between the human soul and the vision of God. Worship engages you with God's self-revelation and leads you into an act of pure adoration, which is the consummation of worship. And then through worship we procure, or we obtain, the love of God and become a conduit of that love into the earth. So the glory of God reaches higher than the heavens, and let it be over all the earth. And the glory that is above the heavens becomes the same glory that covers the earth. As you make contact, and that glory flows through you and then begins to cover the world where you inhabit, and the place where you are, your situation, your home, your family, your friends, your neighborhood, your loved ones, your township, your community, your church. Ever-increasing reverberations of the glory of God flowing through you. Why? Because you have taken the time and put in the necessary effort to integrate your life and bring yourself to the place where you have some steadfastness within you and a vision of heaven that is beyond what ordinary people can see. That is the wisdom of God for today, out of Psalm 108. And we'll see you again tomorrow.